Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for all the GT Sport content. I try and upload as much as I can, maybe twice a week. This is back on this game for my first Nations Cup race. So this is the 2019 and 20 exhibition rounds. So I think it's Maggiore East is the track today, at N300 cars. I did about an hour or so, about an hour and a half of warm-up before this, earlier on yesterday. This is just a warm-up session. We've got a few seconds to get like accustomed to the track and the cars and everything around you. But yeah, no, it's a good race. So sit back and enjoy this video, and we'll go through it now. So we're going into the qualifying session here, and I wanted to do like fuel burning because I know people do that in this, but I didn't really have enough time. I didn't really want to like waste my time not knowing the track very well to like set a very good qualifying time. So here we are. Then we're going to open the account then with the first qualifying time. Got a nice little toe in front of this guy in front of us here. You want to brake fairly like about just 75 meters into the corner, drop it into third, and then on the accelerator a tiny bit more, and then into second. Just get the car rotated. I'm not sure about first gear maybe, but I think you probably lose too much time coming out of the corner. Luckily this guy on the left hand side managed to keep out of my way. Carry it through fourth, just a tiny little lift on the accelerator, and then back on it again down into third for this right hander. The qualifying people would cut that corner and go like on the red on the inside, but obviously you would get a penalty for doing that in the qualifying session. But no, so we can just come into this corner as wide as you can. You just get on this power as early as possible coming out of this corner, because it basically sets you up for the rest of the, well, I say straight, but this like next sequence of corners. You do not need to gear down through here. Just carry the speed. Just get on the inside of this apex here. Again, we've got the nice toe from the guy in front. Does generate a bit of understeer as you come through the corners, but I think the trade-off is worth it, especially in these lower power cars where like speed is probably like a king around here, obviously keeping up a high revs and stuff like that, especially like this at the top coming to this corner now, this really sharp hairpin. You do scrub off a lot of speed. Just braking just after 100 meter board here, drop it into second. Like I said, not really worth going into first gear. On power as early as you can, not going wide here because you'll just spin out the car on the grass, because the grass is very slippery on this game. And yeah, so that wraps it up. As we come across the line, we'll see what we did. 134.8 I believe. So yeah, so moving on to my second qualifying time, just the same again really, like consistency, like I say in each of my videos, is key. It's a final lap now, so this is the do or die moment. I kind of take a little bit too much cover on the inside there. I think I probably lost a bit too much time, probably like 2 tenths, maybe 3 tenths through there, because obviously like I say, like all the speed is being carried through, and yeah, you're just going to lose time if you're like going to scrub speed off. This time I actually carried more speed through that corner, take a bit of a narrower line. I went wide a few times here, in fact I did now. Luckily I didn't get a penalty throughout the race or in the qualifying session, because when I was practicing I ran wide like once there and I got slapped with like a 2-second penalty. So yeah, if you will see these guys up ahead, I do actually still have a toe on them because they are like ahead, but you notice 17th position and 2nd position, well, they just decided to hit each other, and luckily the guy on the right hand side didn't come across back onto the track like I thought he might have. So yeah, that was good, but it kind of ruined my time a little bit really. I didn't really set myself up very well for the lap time itself, so you actually realise that this time is not going to be any quicker. It's actually 0.8 tenths slower I think, so yeah. Anyway, moving on. Alright then, here we go. So we're starting 8th in my first ever Nations Cup. Let's see what we can do here. Got 3, 2, 1, and let's go then. 17 laps around this track. Now, in daily races and stuff like that, like it's mainly only like 4 laps, maybe like I think the most I did was like 9 laps around Catalonia when I first started doing this. So in this race, it's not all about outright speed. You'll notice that if you keep an eye on the right hand side of the right side of the screen throughout the race, my consistency is absolutely on point. I think I only drop, other than the first lap, I only dropped like 2 or 3 laps out of the 35s. That's only because I'm battling with other people and like obviously racing them and trying to get past. So anyway, we're starting 8th position. We're trying to just keep in front of the people. Well, keep in front of the people I'm in front of rather. But no, we want to keep the toe from the people in front, because if you lose a toe, especially in a track like this, then we ain't going to be able to have a chance of getting through. So these guys up in front, they are battling. There's a bit of contact in the first few corners coming into the second sector here. We're going to try and capitalise on that, but we don't want to get involved too much, because the last thing I want to do is get a penalty or crash out, because that would just ruin my race, and obviously this just makes for like the whole thing pointless really. So anyway, we managed to sneak through, just managed to get past without contact there. I thought he was going to turn back in on me, but luckily we get through. So yeah, just get onto the back of 6th position here. The guy behind me I just got past, he does look back down the inside, and I don't really have really much intention of defending the corner, because like I say, I would just lose too much time, and I thought if he's going to be quicker than me anyway because he qualified in front of me, then I might as well just let him go. It's only lap 1, we're not even defending lap 1 yet. I can just sit in his toe and we can just go through. So yeah, here we go there. So it's still close, it's all up in the air still, 16 laps to go yet. Crossing the line, it's a 1:45.4, so it's not too bad of a start. We haven't gone backwards. We did actually make up a position, but like I say, we are in the position that we started in, so we can only move forward from here really. Right, so moving on to lap 3. This is what I was talking about earlier, going wide. I thought this was going to be a penalty, but luckily I didn't manage to get one. Now this is going to be the current theme throughout this entire race. Watch the people in front of me into this corner here. Right, just goes over wide on the grass, and that's it. That's our _Reese. He's actually going to come back in this video a little bit later on, but I'm not going to ruin it. Yeah, this is, like I said, throughout the race, these guys up in front, I'm in 7th position now, and they're fighting for 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th, all up in front of me. So at one point it's like a 6-way fight for 3rd. But yeah, like I say, the theme throughout this video is the guys up in front and not getting into fights. And because like exactly there, look, you can see the guy in 5th position, he's got a penalty already. Alright, so as we managed to sneak past the guy that got the penalty in 6th position on the 4th lap now. This is the same guy I think I got past in the 1st lap, actually saying that. So this time I actually try and manage to keep him behind me instead of letting him go, because he hasn't actually got the speed ahead of me, over speed to get past me. I think he kind of has the same train of thought as I do. It's just, you know what, let's just stick behind, let's not let the guys in front get away and get out of the tow, because I managed to break the guys from 8th position downwards, or 7th downwards basically, because yeah, they were just fighting and stuff like that, and what I didn't want to do is lose too much time to the guys in front and then get swallowed up by the people behind me and end up fighting for like 9th rather than 3rd. So anyway, this guy that in the 1st lap had a look down inside me has another go, but he just doesn't brake late enough really. I don't think he wanted to like fight it too hard. Like I say, just don't want to lose too much time. Not a huge amount going on between lap 4 and lap 7, but as we move on, things do start to heat up a little bit. So we got 5th, 4th and 3rd within about a second of each other, if that half a second. The F40 in head goes for a move, makes it stick really, and the guy in front of me, he kind of just goes a bit narrow. I'm not sure if like he got maybe turned in a bit earlier and tried to get the undercut on him, but he does actually lose a little bit of time, but which means that brings us into the battle again though. Like I say, I don't want to get involved too much because I don't want to get a penalty or get spun out, because as I can see, it does get a bit touch and go. So I just want to like almost not stay behind too much where I lose time, but just stay on like basically 5th place's bumper, just so he knows I'm there, and if there's any mistakes made, any people that make a move, I can capitalise on that. So it's just a bit more of an endurance rather than a sprint. That's why I like these longer races. People have been saying they enjoy the longer races more rather than doing the like sprint 7 lap races or whatever. it does kind of throw in a bit of a strategy element, because you'll see that some people do go into pits during this race, and in the manufacturer series a lot of people do go into pits because we're running soft and medium tyres, whereas in this we're running the sports hards, which did actually manage to last for the whole 17 laps. Well, I wasn't sure if I was going to do the one stop or I was going to stay out, because obviously I noticed that people that did pit though, I basically were just off the pace. So anyway, moving on, we got this battle up ahead right in front of us here. We're just going to see how it plays out really. Again though, just to keep it consistent, you can see, like I said at the start of the video, 35, 35, 35, 35. So yeah, the lap times are there. We're just going to keep watching these guys up in front. Let's mind our own little business really, run our own race, don't get involved too much, don't want to lose too much time. There we go, look at that. So almost 3 wide practically into the corner. The F40 loses out massively, and we had a bit of concertina effect there where I run into the back of him. Luckily I didn't get an SR down, no, I didn't get an SR down, so which was good. Anyway, moving slightly ahead on lap 9, you can see, like I say, it all starts to just basically unravel itself all in front of me. 4th place, I think he just gets on the grass a little bit and just gets sucked off onto the outside of the corner. Hits the guy in 6th position behind me, and they actually end up losing a lot of time. They end up battling, and which means obviously I can get away. If they're like fighting for 6th place, then they're not really working together to try and get past me or catch up with me, which means I can just keep my focus fully on the people in front. I've been staring at the rear wing of this Ferrari for a long time now, so anyway, let's see if we can actually get past him so we can make a move. Right then, with only 7 laps to go, it's starting to heat up a little bit. The guys at OhSabotage behind me, he's managed to catch up. He did quite a good drive here to get in front of me, but no, sorry, to catch up with me rather. But we got a 1, 2, 3, probably about a 4 way fight for 3rd position now, possibly even 5th if the person behind the 2 people behind me can get catch up. But it's getting really close now, right on the rear bumper of Weber _ Tamas and Robusto in the F40 Ferrari there. So he's going to move. He did turn in. I mean, I was there. He knew I was there, but I mean, I probably could. There wasn't really much I could have done really. I mean, could have not made the contact or maybe not gone for the move, but I think I lost too much time if I didn't go for it. So I mean, Robin's racing it really. Now this is what I was saying about the split strategy. So the Ferrari in front of me actually goes into the pits. I was lining them up to make a move. But anyway, so this is what I mean. Now this does release me a little bit, which means I can kind of like get my head down and just, you know, keep my position. But not really for long though, because the guy that I just overtook on the previous, well, not even the previous lap actually, gets back down the inside of me, gives me a little love tap on the way through, kind of like returning the favour a little bit. And so Reese is also having a see if he can get down the inside of me as well, but I managed to just shrug him off a little bit. Like I said though, I'm trying to keep my nose clean as much as I can. Haven't picked up any penalties yet, haven't made any glaring errors, so I keep my consistency really clean, especially even though I've been battling with other drivers throughout the whole race as well. I haven't really had much clear air other than that they should last down the home straight there. So we're just like keeping it clean, not braking too late, even though he does brake a little bit early coming to this corner. We get like a nice exit, keep it on the keep the power on. He does actually go a little bit wider, which means I carry more speed. I think I do have just a little look down the inside, maybe go for the same move again. He's wise of it this time. He closes the door on me, slams the door shut. So anyway, we need to just keep our nose clean. We've got the close contention of Reese behind me anyway, so yeah, any mistake I make is going to be immediately going to have big consequences on that one. So as we are wrapping up lap 11, Reese goes around the outside. I didn't think he was going to make the move around the outside because I defended the corner, but he does. He just like must have braked a lot like later or like less brake than me, and then it gets the move done. So good move on him. A little bit of contact with Weber up in front, but I mean no one massively had big detriment to their race really. So anyway, we're back down into 5th position. We've still got a be a decent fight on our hands. We've got 5 laps to go. See if we can do, including this one, so see if we can make any more positions up. We're not doing too bad though, starting 8th. But these two up in front, they kind of do start making contact with each other. As you can see here, this guy in 4th place, he's just having none of it, trying to run Reese off the road. Not really giving each other a huge amount of respect and room here. So we're going to see if we can capitalise as we come out of this corner here. These guys go down, in 4th place, just go down the inside of him. He just doesn't really give the room, so I go around the outside to make it 3 wides. Now this is going to only end in tears. I get pushed out wide on the grass, keep it together, but the guy in 6th position behind me manages to put it straight in the wall. So we luckily managed to capitalise a little bit on that, giving Reese a little bit of a hurry up tap there, see if we can get back in front. But he just goes to that massive lunge down the inside. See them make the move that I made a few laps previously, but they didn't quite stick. And Webber, he's almost sideways facing the wall here. I capitalise on that. Reese then gets a 2-second penalty for that contact. So, and all in the space of about a lap and a half or so, I have massively benefited from, like I said earlier, not crashing into other people and just capitalising on other people's mistakes. So he's going to look down the inside. Reese, he sees it coming, gives me a bit of room to be fair. He managed to just keep it round the outside. So I'm like, okay, well he's got the 2-second penalty anyway. So I'm not really going to bother fighting it too hard because I'm going to get past him like within the next slow down gates anyway. There we go then, so that is exactly what happens literally within the next cut of this video here. So we're going into 3rd position now. From 8th, we've made up 5 positions, so we're doing pretty good. Now all we need to do is just keep it together and not crush it ourselves. Like I say, I've said this, I say this every single time, but consistency, we're just going to speed on a little bit through here, turn on boost mode, get through a few of the corners, through the laps, but yeah, just running my own race now. I got a bit of an air gap, 1.6, 1.6 behind me, and about 9 seconds I think that is in front of me, but we've got this back marker of 18th place in front of me here, but I think just he didn't slow down. I thought he was going to let me through, but he was been a bit of a nuisance, but I managed to get through him. Luckily, back markers are ghosted in this game, but I've had a few issues where ghost cars make contact with me. As we look behind, look at that, 3-second and a 2-second and a 0.5 second penalty for the 2 drivers behind me. So they've obviously been having a few ding-dongs, crashing into each other, trying to squabble for position. They just can't work out who wants to be in front. Maybe if they worked together a little bit and actually tried to catch me, then they probably could have taken 3rd off me, because they were probably quicker drivers than me. But, oh well, it's racecraft at the end of the day, isn't it? So now coming into the final lap, 2nd position, who was nearly 7 or 8 seconds up the road, has now actually started to get into my clutches a little bit, as he does make a mistake. Now at the time I thought I was actually possibly going to be able to steal 2nd position. Imagine that was big time of events, but luckily he manages to recover just in time. The gap is coming down quite rapidly now, under 2 seconds nearly. Yeah, we go 2 seconds. And by the end of the race, I am literally on his bumper. Another lap, I probably would have got past him actually, because I think he was struggling massively on the tyres. But yeah, guys, that's been my first Nations Cup race. I hope you do enjoy this video. A daily race video will be out on my channel, maybe the end of this week, hopefully. I think what's they say, Thursday. So yeah, we can probably get a video out by Friday, hopefully tomorrow, the 27th of September. But if you do enjoy this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Obviously a small channel, but there's been improvements to this, hopefully the audio here, and I've been streaming quite a bit as well. But yeah, guys.